The first ever team principal forum. So I'll just thank you guys for making this a priority. This is we are going to have this meeting with you guys every month leading up to the race, and the last month we will probably have two of these. So this is a way for us to ensure that we are all on the same page with everything moving forward with the racing series. It provides you direct access to the ownership of CRS, so you can have undivided access to us to ask any questions, concerns. This is the place if you have any concerns about the series, if you see any updates in the GCR, this is the place where you would bring up these suggestions or requests moving forward for us to go out and hit. So just remember that we'll have these once a month. They will try to be after hours. I know we said 7 to 8:30, but we'll try to keep this pretty short to 30 to 45 minutes.
And it also will likely expand to more teams as they qualify to really get in this queue.
Yeah. So you guys, congratulations to you guys, everyone in this meeting. You
Yeah.
guys have shown us that you mean business and you actually care about going racing and you want to do this. So you guys are our our best and brightest, the tip of the spear. So we'll go ahead and get into it. So introductions. I just want everyone to just unmute themselves and just say, your name, what school you go to, and y'all's team name. Just so you guys can know each other, know your friends and your competition. As well as after the meeting, we will be sending out invites to a private Discord, which will consist of just the team principals and us. So it is a private, eyes only space for you guys to ask questions and contact other teams through. So I don't know, Mikey, you want to start off?
1 second, I'm in my office, so if someone else wants to go first.
All right, Riley, you take the lead, brother.
My name is Riley Haig. I'm the president of Gobbler Racing at Virginia Tech, and then this is also my vice president, AP, here with me.
Let's go. Let's go Hokies. Let's go. Next. Am I gonna just call on people?
Here, I'll go next. I've got some free space here. So my name's Michael Rue. I'm president of Two Lane Formula Racing down here in New Orleans. Fun fact about us is we've got a stored WF1 prototype car and a B-Spec Mini Cooper, and we've been racing since 2021.
Nice. Yeah, that Mini Cooper is surprisingly quick.
We built a supercharged motor for it too now. So.
Oh, Jesus, you're crazy, Michael. Awesome.
Going on, guys? My name's Jacob Mink. I am president of Rocky Top Racing at the University of Tennessee. Go Vols.
Go Vols, baby. Let's go.
There we go. Love to hear it.
All right, I'm gonna start calling people. Rosemary.
Hey, I'm Rosemary Baumgardner. I'm the president of Pack Attack Motorsports here at NC State University.
Let's go, Pack. Let's go. Don't be shy. You guys got this.
I'm Aiden Springer. I'm the president of Zips Motorsports here at the University of Akron.
Let's go. My grandfather went to Akron. Go Zips,
Zip.
baby. Let's go. Nick or Neil, somebody?
My name is Neil Malhotra. I'm the president of Boiler Up Racing at Purdue University.
Sweet. Purdue.
I'm Nick Giswaldi. I'm the president of Steel City Motorsport at University of Pittsburgh.
Nice. Molly.
I'm Molly Vance. I'm president of Rice Motorsports at Rice University.
Hell yeah. Guys, I think that's everyone. So again, appreciate y'all. Get to know these people. These people are your competition, but I also encourage you guys to help each other out. You guys figure things out. You guys can obviously share them as you see fit, but this is our motorsports family, guys. These are the people that we're going to go racing wheel to wheel against. Learn to trust them, learn to respect them, and I cannot wait to see you guys go wheel to wheel on track together. It's going to be awesome. So without further ado, the Tentative schedule for race 1 at Road Atlanta as promised. So this is July 31st through August 2nd. So we are going to load in Friday after 6 p.m. So that is the earliest at which you can load in. You guys can park the trailer, unload, set up the whole 9 yards. If you're camping at the track, you can set up your camping spot. Road Atlanta is actually pretty nice to camp at. They have a beautiful infield. It's wooded. They have fire pits. It's bathrooms. It's actually fairly pleasant place to camp. I camped there several times.
Yeah.
So Saturday, you're going to have a practice qual 1 and a practice qual 2 with a 35-minute race 1. And then Sunday, you're going to have a 35-minute race 2. And then to finish up the weekend is a 90-minute enduro with 2 driver changes required. Those entry requirements, every attending member at the event must have an active CRS membership. This is required because all of you are covered under our liability insurance with the CRS membership. If you do not have a CRS membership, you're not covered, and therefore you cannot race. The entry fee is $700 per team. That may fluctuate up or down depending on just availability and slotting fees. Obviously, drivers must have an approved racing license. So please refer to the GCR. I believe it's section 5. It's going to go through all of the approved and accepted licenses from different sanctioning bodies that we approve if you choose not to go through us. Have some more information about licensing and some more dates we'll get into later. And then, of course, we will be sending out a liability waiver that must be signed by all attending members. We plan to get registration out fairly early. So you can expect to see that in 1 or 2 months open up on Garage ID. The point here with this is we want to see you guys register as soon as possible so that we can make sure that we are prepared to receive you guys and be good hosts.
It helps us too. It helps us with FARA. It helps us because we're running under FARA for these events this year, and it helps FARA. It helps us project schedule, and so it's a big deal that you guys get registered once it opens, and we'll let you know when it's going to happen and all this stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. So we'll hold all questions to the end just to get through this, So we wanted to finally share our internal grading scale of your teams. So this is very important. These numbers you should learn. You don't have to memorize them, but you should just know exactly what they mean. This represents key milestones in the CRS program. So, step 1 is you have 10 paid members on your team, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the way up to 8, which is you are racing wheel to wheel in the Collegiate Racing Series. This is how we grade you guys internally. This is what decides a lot of decisions on our end as far as extra support. We are here to reward your hard work. We're going to get into that in the next slide. But we'll just go through it really quickly so we're all on the same page. Step 2 is your team logo, name, and structure created and visible on social media. So essentially you have a social media presence and you're actively posting and you have a logo and you have an identity to stand behind. Step 3 is you've started your 501c3 process. You have gotten your Secretary of State approval for your business name and you have received school approval. So this is a big thing. You do need to go tell your school what you're doing and say, hey, this is what we're doing, and receive approval to operate as a student organization. Step 4, you have received confirmation that your 501c3 has been approved and your funding process has started. So if you have not talked to me about the funding process, make sure you schedule a meeting with me and we'll get into the nitty gritty on that. It's a pretty fun time. You get to talk and love and share about what you're passionate about with racing. But it is very important you start that as early as possible. Step 5, your team training has begun. This does not necessarily mean driver training. This could be training on social media, could be training on engineering strategies, training on how to build a car. It's really up to you as team principals to make sure your team is prepared to perform at the racetrack. And so that's not just the drivers, that includes everyone. And there's several things that you guys can do to practice even without a vehicle, to make sure you guys are prepared. Funding strategies have been deployed. So you're having conversations, you're having meetings, you're going in person, you're having these conversations, and you've received $10,000 in the bank, which immediately activates you as eligible to receive a CRS spec ND Miata. 6 is a lease purchase agreement is eligible, and the 3,000 deposit has been deposited, and your drivers are attending competition school. So if you don't know this already, you haven't had the conversation with me, and I think everyone in here has, but $3,000 down payment is how you reserve a CRS spec ND Miata. So we have another slide later that will cover the allocations for that, but that is how you reserve one of the cars. Step 7, you've received your race car. Congratulations. You've received competition license. Also, congratulations. And you are sponsored up. You got your livery. You're ready to go. So step 8 is really just a formality. It's you have put tires to asphalt at one of the race weekends. So that represents, if you sit in an 8, you are golden. You are fantastic. You are moving. You are doing the thing. So this is how we grade you. And without further ado, we have been working in the background on something very exciting. And you guys are going to benefit almost actually entirely from this. And this is to reward your good work. So we have started today, actually, literally this morning, we made it live, the CRS funding program. So this is a structured way to raise financial support through our platform. It runs entirely through our website and allows supporters such as alumni, parents, friends, motorsports fans, whoever, to donate to your team. So think of it as like a GoFundMe, just much more transparent and simple. But the difference is we are actually putting money towards advertising your teams. So the Collegiate Racing Series is essentially paying thousands of dollars a month to put you guys in the spotlight, to give you guys access to our 800,000 plus subscribers through all our different platforms. This is a chance to get you guys the maximum exposure. This is why you've partnered with us. This is what we're here to do. We're here to celebrate you. In order to be eligible for this, you have to be at a level 6. So you do have to do some work. This is not just something we're going to give to everyone. You do have to meet this level. So once you hit level 6, we are going to essentially indoctrinate you into this funding program. And I will share, when we have that Discord going, I will share the link to the funding page on the Collegiate Racing Series website. So you guys can see exactly how it works. You guys can see the schools that are already funding eligible, and lets you guys get the most amount of money possible. So we're super excited about that. We want to support you guys in every way possible, and we feel like this is the best way that we can help via cash. So this could also be, if you guys have parents who want to donate money, this is a great avenue to do it. That's simple, that's clean. They can pay with a card. They don't have to do any letters or send checks or anything. It's very simple. So take advantage of this. Use it. Please, we built it for you guys, and we're super excited. Yeah, Michael, you got a question?
Question or comment? I know from our university, we are very strictly prohibited by the school from collecting any money in our name other than using the university's platform. So we may have to do some dancing around here, but I'm just going to assume other universities may have another issue there because, thinking about all of us, the last thing CRS wants, our team wants, or another school would want is to start getting into a battle with, general counsel or whoever of your university. Because 9 out of 10 times when you go to general counsel, you lose. So just a thought there from our end in a concern I see.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate that. We'll do some digging on our end and talk with our lawyers about it, but we think it's a very articulable process to say we're raising it in the Collegiate Racing Series name.
yeah. Because like
And
if they donate the money to CRS for the use of like in my example for the use of two-lane Formula Racing, and then the money gets donated to the school or something like that, there's going to be a loophole around it.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. So it would come into our bank account first before we translate it to your bank account. So we would be the ones donating it just to support you guys as member organizations. Cool. But Michael, we will definitely dig into that just to make sure we're not stepping on anyone's toes. Awesome. Cool. So very excited about that. GCR updates. So you can expect monthly updates to a GCR. So the one for March is about to be released. The June update will be the cutoff for required updates before race 1. So any, except for safety updates. So safety updates can be made at any time with very limited leeway. We do not expect that to happen. We have done our job at safety. June should be the cutoff for the essentially August 1st race. So you will have 2 full months to prepare your car and your team for those set rules. Also, if you have any questions about GCR, please reach out to us. We cannot make the series better for you guys if you don't speak with us. Unless we don't hear anything, we're going to assume that you guys are all good with our GCR. So you guys are our constituents, and we want to make sure you guys are happy first. So good stuff. All right. CRS spec ND allocations. So we as a company plan to build 20 cars this year, with the final number depending on team demand. These are handled on a first come, first served basis. So everyone in this meeting should have a car, but the order at which you receive said car is dependent on how early you deposit the $3,000. So currently we have had 2 teams send in deposits. So we have 6 cars currently in production with an estimated completion by April 30th, and then 6 or 7 more. I apologize. Can't even say that number anymore. That's terrible. God. Ugh. To be completed before August, before the first race. So it's very important that you get us these deposits as early as possible, so that you can get your car as early as possible. So just keep that in mind as we go. The production can scale with demand, but only if we receive the demand in the form of serious, the deposit.
Yeah.
The deposit lets us know, guys, that you're serious. We are spending an absurd amount of capital to front the cars. We're happy and we want to do it 10 times out of 10, but we got to know you guys are serious before we're going to allocate 1 car to you guys. So just stay in touch with us about that. And if you want to discuss getting a car, we're happy to send a example lease over, example purchase agreement, the 3 different tiers we have for our vehicles. Again, just make sure you stay in touch with us. Licensing event. So thanks to the really hard work of Akron and Cincinnati, they have assembled some people to come to a competition school at Nelson Ledges, which is in the Northeast. So we are expecting sometime between May and June. We have reached out to Nelson Ledges, and they are going to be getting back with a day for a competition school. It will be during the summer, so you guys shouldn't have to worry about anything like that, school tests, etc. But the big thing is this: we have finally received approval to run a 1-day comp school instead of the traditional 2-day format, which allows us to significantly reduce the cost for teams and drivers. How we do this is is required online classrooms time. So this is done via Zoom, and there are tests, modules, and quizzes associated with that online classroom time. So you should expect the 3 weekends leading up to the race, sometime during a Saturday or Sunday, to where you are online listening to a lecture and taking a test, or on a face-to-face Zoom meeting where you're listening to us talk about safety. The final price is going to depend on participation, guys. we are not interested in making money off of it, but we do want to make sure that we cover our costs. So strong attendance will bring the cost to around 750 drivers or $750 per driver. And in order to get there, we need to be at 15 to 20 drivers. So currently we have 8. So all of you, please, if you can make it, this is an excellent opportunity to knock it out in one day versus 2. It costs less on the vehicles, etc. But just please pay attention to the announcement once we have the final date. You should also remember that every FARA race weekend has comp school, including the race weekends at CRS. So if you guys are unable to make it to a licensing event before the first race, that's okay. Instead of running the first race, you guys can get all of your drivers comp licensed. So keep that in mind. You can look on Garage ID for the FARA calendar. It's all listed there. So importantly, reminder is every driver's got to have a valid current racing license, whether that's with CRS or elsewhere. You got to have one if you're driving. Insurance was like, no way you can do this without licensing your drivers. So just planned to do that early so we don't run into a situation where you have everything else but licensed drivers. So that is all the information we have for this meeting. Does anyone have any questions?
If you got a question, unmute yourself and fire off. Let me also mention real quick that I know that a lot of y'all have some cars already, and race cars that I know Michael's the Tulane's got I don't know 8 or 10 race cars, a bunch of crazy stuff.
We sold 3, so we're down to 7.
All right, down to 7. But it's important because those cars can be brought and raced. But obviously to race those cars also have to go through tech, right? And they have to meet all the technical inspections for CRS and also for FARA, right? And so you need to make sure that whatever car that you are bringing to race, like in B series, that the car is going to pass tech, right? And if you need a guideline for that, most of it's provided in our GCR, but there's also additional things that, if you need our help with that, we can help you with that to get ahead of it, to make sure that, your car's got a main. It has the welds are clean and stable, and there's no cracks.
Properly attached.
The seat is properly attached. The belts are in spec. Same with gear, guys. You can't come and race with gear that's out of it's out of tech, right? That's out of date. So just throwing that
just
out
for
there.
The B series. So but please bring any race car you got. We'd love to have you. So
I just had a question about the liability form. So my advisor has been pestering me with questions about left and right about liability. Does he also need to sign that form? Like, is that a requirement through y'all that
if
he needs
he
to
is
sign
coming to an in-person event, yes.
Okay.
If he is purely an advisory status and does not, go to any in-person event, then no.
Right.
Okay. So, and I guess that leads me into my second question too. Does he also need to have a membership to be at our races? Because he's expressed interest about, kind of being around us, like not necessarily getting hands-on or anything, but I just want to clear that up as well.
That's a great, advisors are tricky because, a lot of the schools require them. Let me get back to you on that. Let me go check with our lawyers about the big thing is liability insurance. We just want to make sure that he is covered, and
he probably could come in as a spectator because there'll be gate fees, but they're minimal, right? And so spectator fees are going to probably be somewhere $5 or $10.
Yeah, it's $5 to $10, and he's covered under that potentially.
The GL of the event. He should be. All the spectators, family, people that are on site, are covered underneath the FARA GL policy during the entire event. So most likely he could just come and pay the $5 or $10 or whatever it's going to be.
We'll get back to you on
Okay.
that just to be certain of that.
I can give
Awesome.
our experience on it too, because we've done a whole bunch of races as a club now. So, as a registered student organization, you should be covered under your school's liability policy also. So, he should be covered under there. It doesn't mean when something happens, you can't have too little or too much coverage. And then something else that we do that I think all the other teams should think about is we make all of our drivers sign a liability waiver with the club. That way, you don't have your member suing the club. God forbid something happens. So that's just another thing to think about that we had to do with our
Yeah.
general counsel.
Yeah, and the liability waiver that you will sign with us does include a section that no one can sue you, your members, for anything, period, amen. They waive every ability, the whole nine. We love the legal jargon. I used to be able to rip that stuff off, but
yeah, it's a lot of the same stuff that, when you go into the gate of a lucky dog event or a champ car, SCCA, you're going to be signing waivers on everything, right? You're just constantly signing liability waivers. It's going to be something similar to that.
Yeah. Hey Trey, sorry you're late, man. Don't worry, we recorded this entire thing, so I'll make sure to get the recording.
Awesome. Thank you.
East Texas A&M, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
I have a couple questions. Obviously, everyone wants to race, but is there a minimum amount of cars that you need to, or minimum teams that are confirmed going to actually race? Everyone here, I'm sure, actually wants to go, but things can happen. So I just want to is there, 5 cars? Would you guys still have the race at Road Atlanta?
We're gonna have the race regardless. Race
Okay.
1 is happening. I mean, unless
Got
an
it.
act of God comes through and wipes Road Atlanta from the face of the earth,
Okay.
we're gonna have it. So,
Got it.
we're moving forward with this.
Yeah, I mean, if something happens outside of our control, obviously it's outside of our control. And we're partners, we've partnered with FARA and they've been really good to us, giving us a lot of flexibility to be able to execute so many things. And so, there's some things that are FARA related that are outside of our control this year, right? And so I mean, I highly doubt that I can think of anything, but I never want to say never because you never know. I mean, some crazy stuff could happen, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but is anything that's reasonable to assume, and believe me, we have great imaginations on what can happen.
Yeah.
No, we fully plan to have this regardless of car count.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if Neil, you bring Boiler up, and if you're the only car on track, congratulations, you won race 1.
Awesome. And then my second question, kind of off topic, Purdue is their finance stuff is very difficult. Would the setup that you guys have to receive donations through the CRS website and then give it to us, would that be considered a gift in kind? Or what kind of, financial transfer is that?
Believe it's a gift.
I believe it would go. My understanding, and again, this is we have to finalize this, but my understanding is that the money would come from CRS to Purdue or whoever it is, and be probably, yes, a gift.
Okay. And how would that, yeah, like I said, I'm sure you guys will figure it out in a little bit. If we were to get, donations to that and it's used to pay off the car, how would that work as well? Because then it would not be considered a gift in kind, which then we have to sign contracts for any financial transaction, if a service is received or product in return.
Well, what we could do in that point is if, let's say you got $10,000, we could just ship you the car and you only start paying, the gift in kind is the vehicle.
Yeah, but it would probably for accounting purposes. And again, I'm not an accountant, so
Yeah.
bear with me. This is what I think and my experience in the past is if money hypothetically, this is a big fat hypothetical, but let's say you got a donor to do 10 grand, but he wanted to go to the car and it came through CRS. It would come through CRS and then it would go to Purdue, right? Or to you guys, to your team, and then you would write a check back. That way there's a paper trail. Typically,
Okay.
as long as it help, and I know that it's a pain in the ass,
Yeah.
but it helps if anything were to happen, then the paper trail is it's credible, right?
Okay. Yeah, I just when, different taxes are involved, I'd hate for anything to happen that the IRS is like, okay, you guys need to shut
Right.
down. So
Right.
No, we would not let that happen. No way.
And then
So-
also got a question for the money that is donated through CRS. Is that tax deductible as well, or is that just gifts considered a gift?
Great. That's a great question. Do tax deductible to who? The donor?
To the donor, not for us, but just like if somebody were to give us money, could they get a tax credit for that through if they
As
donate through CRS?
As it sits right now, no.
No, as it sits right now, and so just so you guys understand this program that we have created for the tip of the spear teams, the teams that get to a 6, they're dialed in and they're growing, right? We dedicate our money and resources into marketing for those specific teams. And then the financing, you guys, your teams could use it. You definitely could use it. It may not behoove you to do your big sponsors to do it, who might say, like, let's say you go out and get some law firm or a bank or whatever it is, and they're all jacked up that, hey, this is going to to Virginia Tech and Hokies and Gobbler Racing, and it's a tax deduction, and it's 501c3 and all that. It probably behooves them to not go through this way.
Yeah.
This is a vehicle for exposure for your team. And so it may not be the best vehicle on some of your donations, but look, money is money. And if you guys catch money, the goal of this whole thing was for us to create a funnel that we could take our tip of the spear teams and reward you guys and try to spend some money to get more attention to you guys and get more money coming through. Now, granted, it's got to come through us because we're spending the money on the advertising and we built a portal and all that crap, right? But it was meant for marketing, for generate noise, and also look, you guys aren't working for this money at all, really, except we might ask you and push you guys to give us some media, right? But other than that,
I mean, the goal is to put you guys in front of thousands and millions of people. The last video that we did through this media company got 8.6 million views.
So we have, if I may.
Yeah.
So we have 4 new threads in Discord. What you're going to do is you're going to join the CRS Discord. If you haven't, you'll ping Jack. He'll let me know, and I'll give you a special permission to access these 4 Discord channels. One of those Discord channels is a Team Principal TP Media. That would be a great place for you guys to drop your media and things that are happening in your school as you guys are building cars, as you guys are testing stuff, doing stuff. Whatever you have, drop that in that Discord channel, and that allows us to pull that and be able to push that out on our channels. So we expect you to be pushing it media out on your own Instagrams, TikToks, et cetera, but if you want to collaborate with us on any of that, collaborate, especially with Garage ID.
Yeah.
Always collaborate with Garage ID. We will always repost your stuff. But if you also want to send us raw stuff, that would be the channel to do it. So then we can post it out and we can tag you guys.
Yeah, that's a big deal, guys. That's a big deal. Big deal. Because if we have it, then we can do something with it. If you guys don't participate and drop media and all that stuff, then there's not much we can do except for like your stuff that you're posting.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I will say, good job. A lot of teams are posting good media. It's getting, good traction, and we get noticed on it as well.
Dial that to 10, guys. And if I can, just as someone who's done it, social media sucks. It's terrible. It's stupid in every way. But liking, commenting is super important. Comment on all you guys' posts. So like if Boiler Up posts a thing, I want to see Akron, I want to see UTK, I want to see Tulane, I want to see NCSU. I want to see you guys posting, be like, can't wait to race you, because it helps everyone. Comments right now are the biggest algorithm driver on Instagram.
That's right.
And it just does better for you guys. So if you comment and you share you put the stories saying, hey, this is our competition, let's go, it generates noise. And noise is the biggest thing for you guys right now. Like I want to shout out Jacob, what he did, getting on the Fox, getting on the local news channel at Tennessee. That was awesome. He reached out and they were like, hell yeah, we'd love to share at Tennessee. So all you guys, reach out to your local news channels, see
Yeah.
if they'd share with you guys.
They got nothing to do. Listen, I'm serious. The local news channels, they got nothing to do, and nothing would make them happier that you're giving them a layup to come and do a story on you guys, because they're always looking to fill time and space. And so do it, make the calls, and they'll jump all over it.
Yeah.
And since you guys are of the generation that absolutely knows for a fact that all media is manufactured and everything is fake and gay, we can actually manufacture, just like WWE, rivalries. You know what we could do? We could manufacture Nick and Michael having grudges against each other. We could have Riley and Neil start throwing bows at each other digitally just to amp up the game. Remember, nothing that you see online is real. And so we can play the game too.
Yeah, it's a huge deal to create noise. We've had so much success with our marketing, our media company, that it's just about creating noise. And when you create noise and people see it, it starts getting you more and more traction. And I hate to say that it's a big game, but it is. It's a game. And you got to be willing to play it. You just have to, because that's where your sponsor monies will come in. Your notices will you'll get pinged from alumni. They'll start seeing stuff, and that's where you're going to get funding for your team. And that's the name of the game, right? And I would also encourage you guys, if you haven't, go back and watch the videos and the modules on funding, because they're really important. Where to start, where to go.
Kiss, keep it simple,
We're
stupid.
going to post that stuff in the document section and resources section for team principals, but use Discord. Discord is our safe space for us to give you guys really clear directives of what's going on, calendar of events, updates, things you need to probably know about, things you probably need to show up for, these types of things. But also, don't miss the opportunity to use the Discord channel as a back channel for this type of banter, right? Don't be deceived. The more that we manufacture the game, the more that we manufacture stories, maybe of, let's just say, autistic outrage, then the better the media will pick up on it, my friends. And so I'm telling you, I will feed you guys with many autistic Reddit ideas. The question is whether you have enough of an ego that'll get in the way of doing it.
So, Rosemary, I will send an email to this entire group with the join CRS community Discord. I think it might still be on our link tree on the CRS Instagram. But
I'll drop it now. I'll drop it now so you guys can join the main, and then I'll have to give you permissions for the team principal.
Mikey, you had a question?
Well, I was going to say something too, so we've been doing it for a few years now. Before CRS, we partner with charities too, just because it's free media. So we work closely with
guys, that's mega.
Yeah.
We work with the New Orleans Manning Family Children's Hospital, but because of that, we're now working with the Saints and New Orleans Pelicans to get logos on the race car, all because they saw us at a charity event, and any PR is good PR. So when we had one of our race cars at the local children's hospital, the school loved it, and we got a ton of free goodwill with them, and we picked up 5 sponsors just at that event. So a good thing to learn from there.
Yeah. Great advice, Mikey. So, it's so good to see all your faces here on one space. You guys are competing and building and doing the thing for the first ever national championship of collegiate motorsports. And every single one of you in this room have a true shot at winning the damn thing. So keep it up, guys. We're all very proud of you. There's no more proudness that any of us could share than what we feel for you guys and how hard you guys are working. We are here to help you. So just as always, let us know what you need. But if there aren't any other questions, we'll go ahead and end it. Respect you guys' time. As always email me, CRS at Garage ID, the Discord now. We're here for you guys. Let's keep
Hey,
on
Jack.
rocking and rolling.
Jack, can I hold you back for 1 second at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah, if you're
got
done.
I'm gonna ask a few
one
more
thing.
questions too.
Oh, we got
have
questions.
the
All right, we're
time.
sticking on. All right,
Keep going.
let her rip.
I just
Well,
wanted to
ours
check
was,
real quick.
we had a
You did
conversation
say,
with Summit
Oh,
Motorsports Park
oh,
today.
wait, all right, one at a time.
Whoa, one at a time.
All right. Riley, then Aiden, then Mikey.
All right, we had a conversation with Summit Motorsports Park today, and they want to do something bigger with CRS, like because they have 3 tracks there. So I
Okay.
guess it was kind of more like a personal thing to you guys, and I want to put you guys in contact with them. And
Yeah.
they like want to host an event or something at their tracks because they do a lot of driver training as well. So I think
Let's
that's
do
like
it.
that match with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. Aiden.
I just want to check. You did say camping's available at Road Atlanta, correct?
Say that again.
So you said camping's available at Road Atlanta.
Yes, camping is available at Road Atlanta. It's
Oh, it's the
spectacular.
best. It's the
Is that
best.
free? Is it? Am I click hard
Yeah,
for that?
camping it's only it is not free unless when you start using their power. So Road Atlanta camping is free if you're just bringing a tent and firewood.
Are you
But
Right.
sure?
I'm fairly certain because Farah would have paid it. We will double check, but last time I was there, it was free, and the only thing we had to pay for was for power. So
Okay.
they have like powered little blocks all over the place, and
Mhm.
you can plug in and charge your
Okay.
RV or whatever.
Yeah. And then the only other thing that I could think of right now, um, is when can we take a look at lease agreements? Because obviously we'd like to see before
I'll send you the
we
lease agreement
sign this
tonight.
one. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not
Really
it's not a
look into,
secret. It's
the
yeah. I mean,
total price
I
and
can.
details.
Would you all prefer? Some of you in this meeting have already signed a lease agreement. But or wait, no, he's not here. Just kidding. I can send the lease agreement copy to everyone in this thread so you can see it.
We can also use Discord in the documents for
I'll
things like
post
this,
it in both.
but
I'll post it in both for everyone.
we don't. Again, it's one of those things where there's due process as well. So if we drop something in documents that if you're not in the stage for the document, then you can download it, but
Yeah.
you still got to go through stage 3, 4.
Yeah,
before you
but
get to
Aiden, we'll
5.
make sure you get that as soon as possible, man.
Good. Thanks.
All right, Mikey.
All right. So the first one is is there a way to adjust the schedule to get more practice time? Because it goes right into qualifying 1 and 2. And I know for a lot of people it's your first time going to a racetrack.
Show up to Jay Zilla. Show up to Jay Zilla track days.
So there is a small, and it is small, possibility that we could potentially get you guys one practice session in addition to the practice qual. That is a small chance. We will have to ask for that. But Farah we did not have the Friday test day.
But it's possible. I don't know the schedule. I'd have to go in and get with the schedule and look at it because that Friday is, I mean, typically on race weekends, right? Typically, not all the time, but typically the day before the event is typically a practice day. And that practice day is sometimes run by the event organizer and sometimes it's run by a third party.
Yeah.
Right. So at an SCCA event, for an example, they may be running the weekend, but they're not running the practice day. And a third party will come in and run that Friday practice day or a Thursday practice day or whatever it is. I would guess that typically that Friday is an open practice day at most event weekends. Now, who's running it? I don't know.
Yeah.
And so since Farah vacated the Friday as having as a test day because the track is absurdly expensive.
Yeah, it's like 90 grand.
It's absurdly expensive. So, but what they'll do, because as time gets closer, Road Atlanta wants to fill days, right? They don't want a day where they're not catching revenue. They'll reach out to all of the track day companies like Jay Zilla. What's the other one? anyway, I can't remember but whatever local groups are running track days. And so there may be an opportunity on Friday to get, a half a day practice session, a half a day worth of track time, or a full day, depending upon what you want. We just don't know yet because it hasn't been filled yet. I would think that it will get filled, but I don't know what it is. So as soon as that happens, we'll make that known, obviously. But it will probably be a separate registration. Just so
Works
you
good. And then another question is for B spec. This one's particular to us, refueling rules. Because like the store has a 5 gallon gas tank, and I don't want like you're not going to be in that car for 90 minutes, and it's physically impossible for it to finish that amount of racing on one tank. So just making sure we're set up, hot pits are ready for refueling.
Yeah, it is. We've made sure that it's ready for it's a hot pit lane for the 90-minute enduro.
And I mean, obviously you got to know to bring tanks, you got to know, you
Yeah.
got to bring the fire extinguishers. There's stuff that you got,
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
listed in the GCR.
Yeah.
4 people are allowed over the wall, so that's 1 holding the gas tank and refueling, 1 holding the fire extinguisher, 1 holding the drip pan, and then 1 there just mingling or doing whatever he needs to do.
helping the driver.
Helping the driver, cleaning the windshield. Well, no, refueling can't happen until the driver's out of the car.
So yeah, that was going to be the clarification. Like, driver out of the car, can we keep the car running? Or we have air hydraulic quick jacks on the car, so can we change tires?
Of course you do.
No, so tires are not allowed to be changed during the race unless there's a puncture. So that's kind of, we're at 200 treadwear series for the spec cars. So if you're running slicks on the WF1, you just got to make sure those slicks can last the 90 minutes. And if they can't, then maybe we can work out a way that you are allowed to change them, but just stay in touch. I have no idea what a store is capable of. So
I don't think we fully are either. We abused a radical at the track a few weeks ago, and that was fun. But yeah, which brings me to the second one. NOLA wants to host an event. They're willing to give CRS hugely discounted track time, and we just signed a deal with them, so we're getting free testing for most of our stuff now. So
One of the
Michael,
things, as we mature and as we get
Yeah.
you guys more ingrained to the deeper underpinnings of CRS and all of the things that we have to integrate with all these OEMs and vendors and all these companies is data. And so one of the things that you guys can begin being cognizant of now is if you're running testing, like we're talking about tires. Neither side of this equation understands that whether the tires can last 90. Well, if you guys are going to run a test day of 90, tell us if how the tire wear is, right? This is data that is profound for us to have, number one, but number two, we can report back to OEMs, manufacturers, and the vendors we're working with and saying, look, we have students on the track all the time. They're giving us data. Obviously, the opportunity is give us more of your product, give us more of your services so we can give them to you guys so you guys can test even more. And so the more that you provide us with this type of data, the more that we can leverage that as mechanisms to get more to you guys.
Yeah, we've got 3 years of testing data saved up now from tires to lap times and all that
Give
we
it
can
to us.
share.
Give it to us.
Hey,
then-
Michael, can you also connect me with your contact at NOLA? I just don't want to let that, I don't want to let that sit. If that's something that's hot, then I'd like to make sure that you connect us with them and kind of just, that's an important deal.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
we
now's the
finally
time to
got a
start
contact
scheduling
there
tracks. Yeah,
that responds.
good. Yeah, you were
And-
telling me last time you didn't even hear back from that one guy.
No, I had to go in and yell at the office and finally got to someone. And then
Nice.
the last one is we have a group of alumni that want to field a car. I did not know what to tell them.
So that's actually something that we had been trying to work through for some time. We definitely want alumni to race with you guys. Alumni is half the battle. Let us talk with the greater board of CRS and see if we can't do essentially where we let them run on track with you. They're just in a different class of sorts. It's like hey, we're all on track together. but the alumni groups are not going to be scored with the college teams. So let us talk with the greater advisory board here, and we'll get back to you on that. But that could be something that's very cool. Cool. So anyone else got any questions?
We can actually follow Japanese racing culture rules that if the alumni racing on the grid with you guys damages any of your cars, the alumni replaces your car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how it works.
What's up,
That's
Neil? I see you
actually a great
unmuted.
deal.
Yeah, is the $700 entrance fee, so I'm guessing that's per race. Is that going to be, the same across all races for a total of 2,100?
It may fluctuate a few dollars, but that is generally the cost of each race weekend.
It's probably going to be depending upon the track, right? And it depends on the track.
Yeah, it really depends on the track. It shouldn't fluctuate more. Like you should never expect to pay like a $1,500 entry fee. Like there's no way that's ever going to happen. So you should definitely expect it to be around there.
Okay, got it. And then secondly, did you guys build them off of some sort of like existing spec car that races in series, or is it, pretty much only for CRS spec?
No, so we spent an entire year doing prototype and testing development with Mazda's in-house engineers. So we worked with Mazda engineers, Penske Racing Shocks over an entire year, over 2 different prototypes to actually design this car from the ground up. So it is a brand new car. So it's never been seen before. And I meant to put it in the PowerPoint. I finally, Aiden, where are you? I have the spec sheet for the suspension. I got it.
do.
I do.
Hallelujah.
I got
Sorry.
it. I literally got it like 2 days ago. I was going to put it in the
Nice.
PowerPoint. I will also make sure that's available in the Discord because that's super valuable to you guys.
Okay. Yeah.
You guys, let me front run some stuff a little bit too that is important that you understand about the ND bills that we are doing. The ND bills that we are doing not typically, all the ND bills right now that we're executing and the 6 that are in process that are getting built are mid low mileage ND1 cars. There may be some ND2s, but right now, all the ones that we have that are in process are ND1 cars. And there's a lot of reasons we can get into all that. If you guys want to talk about, why that car, blah, 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 happy to go down any rabbit holes you guys want to go down. But they're going to be equipped and spec'd, all this testing that we've done is, especially the Penske stuff was
mega.
It was the biggest.
It's the best decision of our lives, actually.
Yeah, it was the biggest hole in the car. Like as we were testing and going through it, the motor is super solid. The gearbox is solid.
The wheels and the brakes are incredible. The ABS is unbelievable.
Yeah, the car it's just a fantastic race car.
And what we really wanted to do was to create the most confidence inspiring platform. And so I'll tell you guys this as advice that was told to me from the Mazda engineer. If you ever find yourself in a scary situation where the back end is out and you're sliding, let go of the wheel. The car will correct itself. So the key here is to not change your input. So if you're on the gas, keep your foot in the exact same place it's at. If you're on the brake, keep it in the exact same place it's at, same pressure, and the car will correct itself. And I tested this theory accidentally, very scary, coming down turn 10 at Homestead, Miami, the back end full 90 degrees staring at the concrete wall. And I'm like, oh no, this is not where I want to be. And I let go of the wheel and it went whoop, and it snapped right back into place. So the car is incredible.
Especially with the suspension. This car is basically will slide into the SCCA T4 class. And should be reasonably competitive. I'm not so sure. It depends on what track you go to and all that stuff and whether or not you put a top on it and all that crap. But running open top obviously creates drag and all that stuff. I'm assuming you guys watch MX5 Cup, the Mazda series that's run through IMSA. If you don't, I would encourage you to watch it because it is phenomenal. It is the best racing on the planet. period I'm in, there's 40 cars out there, and it's nose to tail the entire time. It's super competitive. The cars are all equal. And so that was a lot of our model of creating this, is to create a platform to all the students, all the clubs, all the teams, to have a car that is virtually identical, right? Power, weight, cross, suspension, all that stuff, right? And it will make for great, great racing, which when you're racing, and Michael and Riley and all the guys, people that have raced before everyone will attest to this statement and agree to it. And that is, when you have cars that are similar and even go so far as to say identical, like in Spec Miata or an MX-5 Cup, the racing is phenomenal. And what that does for you guys is it makes your knowledge and your experience exponential, truly exponential, and how to operate not just a race car, but an entire race team, because then data becomes critical. And you start looking, you're looking at tenths and hundredths and corners. And so that's what we want. I mean, that's the whole purpose of why we're doing this, is obviously for education, for the camaraderie, for, the celebration in motorsports. But we tried to build every aspect of this so that it betters your team and betters your drivers, betters your engineers, betters your marketers, everything along the way.
Yeah, and just a sneak peek into future seasons, we do plan to add options for you to modify to stretch the lifetime of this platform out. So do expect in the future aerodynamics, engine tuning modifications, some different parts. Next season, we are going to release a design part competition where the winner of that parts will be given to all the teams to compete with. It's going to be awesome, but the whole goal is to stretch this platform out as long as possible.
Yeah.
So you guys are not having to go buy another car in 3 years, because you guys are all smart as shit. And if we opened up the entire door to you guys, you would have this figured out entirely in 3 years, and we'd have to get a new platform. So long answer to your question, Neil, but
Yeah.
yes. Anyone have got anything else?
I've got an offer to the friends down south at Rice and Texas A&M. I'm not sure if you guys have race cars, but we've got a fleet of them here in New Orleans. So if you guys want to come down and get some of your people behind the wheel, we're more than happy to offer some of them up for you guys to test. And that goes for other schools too. It's just those guys are the closest to us down here in New Orleans.
Yeah, that's very generous, Mikey. Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
thank you, Mikey.
That would
Yeah,
be
can the
great.
University
Thank
of
you.
Tennessee do that too? We're pretty close to y'all. We'll
Yeah,
make the drive.
you guys are an 8-hour drive. It's not that bad.
Nice. See, look at this shit.
I'm gonna put my
Look at 'em.
email down there too. It's the best way to reach out.
Yeah, I'll be emailing you about that after this call, I'd have to think.
Yeah, and then also don't forget to use Discord. I mean, you guys should try to use that as much as you can to communicate back and forth between each other.
Yeah, it's quick and it's super efficient.
Yeah. So, but guys, mega job from all of you. We're so proud of you. God, it's just going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Lots ahead. The next few months are going to be
awesome,
crazy and fast. And so get your butts funding. Get your butts funding.
Yeah. Good stuff, guys. So,
Good stuff.
hey, Alvaro, you caught us right at the end, man. So don't worry, we recorded the entire meeting. Guys, Alvaro is with Fordham up in New York City. He's awesome, great guy. You should get to know him.
Sorry, I thought it was at 7.
It's 8.
Oh,
The time
sorry.
change.
Time change a week ago.
Sorry, I'm on the other side of the pond, guys. Sorry.
All good, brother.
No sweat. No
All
sweat.
good, brother.
I'm
no
so
worries,
sorry.
man.
Okay,
No
apologies.
sweat, man. We recorded it. Big thing for you, Alvaro. We created a CRS team principal Discord. So all the team principals can sit in a group and talk with each other. So the link for that, the join it, is in the chat. So before I close this, Peter just posted the Discord link for you to click that, and he'll give you special permissions. So this Discord thread is private just to the team principals, so no one else can see it but you guys. So it's a safe place to have some fun and have just great discussions. So
I'm taking a screenshot of everybody here just so that I have names. So when you join the Discord, just DM me or at me, so that I can just verify and say, yep, you were here. So I'll give you the permissions for the
So,
team
but
principal.
Alvaro, I'll make sure you get the Zoom recording, and if you got any questions, just shoot me a text and call me.
Thank you so much. Sorry about this.
Dude, no sweat, man.
All good.
Well, guys,
Will these slides be posted?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
Post them in the Discord.
Will do. All right, guys, enjoy your spring break. Have fun and full speed ahead, guys. We'll see you later.
See y'all.
Thank you guys.